Keeping venomous reptiles is an unforgiving hobby, requiring proper training and lots of experience. One simple mistake can be the difference between life and death. Remember, the most venomous snake in the world is the one that just bit you. There are no venomous snakes with training wheels. Just because you see Viperkeeper handle snakes a certain way does not mean you should try it too.
Well, Miss Arutu's been a bit picky. She's an adult female, and I think she goes off for breeding season, and plus it's been winter time here. Well, she struck and bit the rat last week, but didn't eat it, so we're just going to back off and let her do her thing and hopefully eat that. Miss Arutu is originally from the Kentucky Reptile Zoo. Her and her brother came to me in 2016 as babies, and unfortunately the folks at Delta Airlines left the two of them in their box out on the hot tarmac and heat stroked them both. Her brother I wasn't able to save. I was able to save her, but she has some neurological damage because of that, and strikes rather unpredictably. If you can get the idea of, snakes striking in a predictable manner. She how pitchers throw screwballs and stuff? That's how I would describe her strike. It's more of a spiraling event rather than a straight on, locked on the target and shoot sort of attack. She is one of the most beautiful snakes out there, and certainly one of the most beautiful snakes in the collection. Has highly potent hemorrhagic venom. There is one death on record here in the U.S. From an Arutu bite. Actually, someone I knew, another keeper. The physicians did not administer the correct antivenom, even though they were instructed what was the correct antivenom to give. And unfortunately, she died that evening due to a brain bleed. I'll leave it at that. But it looks like she's interested and we'll eat it. So we're going to stop here and back off, and got some other rats here in the bucket that will start to offer other snakes. We see our friend there, Mr. Thud, moseying over. He knows feeding time is upon us, but not right now. I'm feeding rats. He gets mice, and he doesn't like it when he doesn't get more than one. Alright, so now we have to feed Mr. Taipan, who, as soon as he hears the lock come off the cage, gets very excited, and he's very tricky and dangerous to feed. And actually, someone who acquired one of his offspring had a bunch of babies, so he's got grandchildren out there now. So they're all beautiful and I'm sure insane. He's pretty easygoing, unless of course there's food. And feeding responses are generally, I consider, much worse than bites. Or even shed. You're going to shed again. All right. I'm going to feed you anyway because I'm pretty sure you'll eat. Any rate, feeding bites, I believe, is much worse than bites that are non-feeding bites. Good. Oh, you bit yourself even. Oh, good. That's better. Because now you're distracted. Look how excited he is. And this is, don't bite yourself. He is so excited. Oh, you bit the rat again? Gonna bite it again? Well, his eyes are clouded over a little bit, and he's very excitable. So we're gonna leave the room, and we'll deal with his water dish later, because he is just beside himself.
Oh my gosh.
He is with no food present, I can take him out of the cage. I can hook and tail him, put him in the container, you know, put him out on the floor, and he's perfectly okay. When there's food around, oh my God, he goes psychotic. So we're going to let him go. He doesn't use his trap box anymore because he realizes it's a trap. So he has to be removed in order to clean his cage, which is on tap for this weekend, I think. And he just shed, so he's in full color. His cage is going to get cleaned tomorrow. And it's easier to clean his cage once he's got something in his gullet because he's not quite excitable. It's very dangerous and takes a lot of forethought when you open the cage when he's hungry, because he's a handful. He tries to come out and visit with you. Speaking of coming out and trying to visit with you, here's another water cobra that's sort of like Thud. Would you like this? You would? Oh, there you go. This guy snakes a lot better. Now, will you please take it back in there? Or do I have to hook you? He doesn't really like to be bothered and hooked and stuff. But unfortunately, I have to. Now, he doesn't have the demeanor of Thud, so you don't see me touching him with my hands. This is a so-called dwarf water cobra, but it's not so dwarf. It's a pretty good sized snake. Certainly you wouldn't want to be bitten by it, although that they're specifically neurotoxic. Oh, yeah, I'm going to take your mouse. This guy, I can leave a second mouse in there and he'll usually find it and eat it. He's not so challenged like Thud.
Poor Thud.
Yeah, Thud has issues. Alright, so we're gonna... I have to do his water dish. Look at the nice present they leave behind after you feed them. Use their water dish for a toilet bowl. You know? Oh, you smell nice, don't you?
Hi, Dad. You're so handsome today. All freshly shed. It's too bad your glass isn't cleaner. Hi, come over and visit. You're making pretty quick work of that. You're not anywhere near as slow as Thud. There we go. Hi. Just go look behind you. There's another one waiting.
He's already sucked it down?
He's already sucked it down, yeah.
Well, unlike Thud.
Get out of his way.
Yes,
yeah.
his mouth. He has an open mouth policy like Thud. Here, dude. There you go. Yeah, he doesn't waste time like Thud.
Indeed.
He just takes care of business right away. Alright, I'm going to shut the door because you've stopped eating and I need to put your water dish back while your mouth is occupied. No, I'm not going to take it. Jeez. dwarf water cobra that's not necessarily a dwarf. Now I figured since she was out, we would visit with her. This is the female dwarf water cobra. She was out nosing around thinking there was food coming, but because she only eats bass shiners and doesn't eat rodents, which of course makes it very convenient to feed her, I only go for a bass shiner run every other week. So she may be hungry, but she only gets a feed once every 2 weeks. Now these are from the Democratic Republic of Congo, the DRC as it's known. There are common species of water cobra there. There are, I think, 4 recognized species of water cobra. We have Naya naga, or Nana, this species, the dwarf water cobra. We have Naya christii, or Christie's water cobra, of which I've only had one in my collection. It was a baby and it didn't last very long. Then we've got the ringed water cobra, which we're all familiar with, Naya annulata. And then we have Storm's water cobra, which I've never seen a live specimen of, just pictures in a book. They're quite large and quite foul. Naya stormsii. Since she's being on the shy side, we're just going to retreat and not bother her.